think platonic soulmates are really cool. They're a trope that isn't used nearly enough. Because there's been a lot of platonic soulmates through history and through like historical texts where it's like, they didn't love each other, but without each other, they just didn't really function properly. I love that kind of story where it's like, hey, they don't have to be romantically entangled to be the two people who truly get each other the most in the world. That kind of friendship is freaking amazing. I think it's just hard to write without the romantic aspect. Yeah, plus like people do the headcanon thing. Where when people start to headcanon things, they're like, no, they must be romantic. I decided they're romantic. Look at the way they're written. They just didn't want to go the whole way. They pussied out with it. That's on them. And it's like, some people just like platonic soulmates, man. Let us have some platonic soulmates. Everything doesn't have to be romance. There's so much romance in the world already. And it's great. I love romance. But when I have a platonic soulmate thing, I'm like, I freaking love this. Just let them just enjoy each other's company. They don't have to then get married. But yeah, I agree with you with the whole thing of like sometimes people just don't let friends be friends anymore either.
It's
I know
true.
it's
Like,
fine if you're
so
like shipping something. You can ship whatever you want.
Oh,
and, like,
yeah, 100%.
That's your prerogative. You can have fun with it. But when people are like, oh no, it's obviously canon that this was supposed to happen, it's like, people are allowed to just be friends.
Yeah, there's a spectrum for all of it, and it's all just about what's best for the film.
I feel like we've, as a society, for some reason, just completely dampened the idea of friendship so much. Like, friendship can be so beautiful. People are so obsessed with the idea of like, oh, you have to have love, when some of the best relationships back in the day weren't actually sexual. It was about like connecting to someone as a soulmate, even though you didn't want to fuck them. You didn't want to like marry them. You just wanted to be friends with them. But at the same time, like, one of the best things I've ever heard, like one of the best ways to say like the love of your life has died, was about this person who, I forget the way they say it, but the Chinese phrase is something along the lines of the strings have been broken. And it's the idea that there was this one person who always played his guqin, and he felt like there was only one other person in the world that could actually understand his music, that could actually like listen to his music and understand what he was trying to put forward in the music. And as far as I know, they weren't romantically attached, but yeah, it was the idea of like losing a soulmate. Like, since he had lost that person had passed away, he broke the strings because there was no point in playing the music anymore. Nobody would ever understand it the way that person had. That's just such a beautiful way to put that. And whether it was like romantic or not, like, soulmates don't need to be romantic. There doesn't need to be love. There can just be pure friendship. And thank you people in chat who always correct me when I say dumb shit that's only half true. So apparently the guys' names are Yu Boya and Zhong Ziqi. Platonic soulmates, exactly.
Some reading. That sounds really interesting.
Yeah, it's I love the phrase. The phrase is such a poetic way to say like, the light of your light has gone out. Exactly. Like, nobody will understand you anymore.